inflicted a lot of their own horrors on themselves.
Man, I be thinking, low-key, the wildest danger out here ain't even nature. It's us, straight up. Humans stay wrecking everything. No doubt, statistically, humans wreck the world worse than nature ever did.
Humans have committed much of their own atrocities amongst themselves throughout history, in ways much more brutal than we could imagine. But will we ever fully unite, and if so, how terrifying can we be?
History shows we destroy each other even when we're divided. If we ever stood as one, that destruction wouldn't stop, turning all that unity into a single unstoppable weapon.
In the case of an alien invasion, aliens might not be ready for the destruction that humans could inflict on them. Imagine coming to an alien world called Earth, and being attacked straight away by a horde of small running creatures that are somehow smart enough to inherit the planet they live on, and to have manipulated metal and chemicals into weapons of mass destruction that can blow up entire lands of mass in seconds.
Aliens expect a clean fight. They don't get humans will suffer for years just to make sure the other side loses. And the longer we fight, the crueler it gets. We'll torch cities, poison the ground, and leave behind destruction that outlives us. When humans go to war, the planet itself becomes a casualty.
And not only do humans manipulate things into weapons, our entire existence itself is owed to endurance and determination. When we have a sight in mind, we do not stop until that goal is accomplished. Our actual fighting capacities are barbaric. We can take extreme damage to our insides and lose half our blood and live on. But we also fight with such tenacity and endurance that might not even be conceivable to an alien species. That's a human for you.
Even our own body's relentless. Fam, you cut yourself, cells start multiplying, stitching tissues back together on autopilot. It ain't Wolverine speed, but science proves we're built to heal and keep moving.
Purely brutish. But unfortunately, like I said, humans have, in their own special way, inflicted a lot of their own horrors on themselves. But what were the worst things humans have ever been through? Massive war crimes like the Holocaust and many other smaller overlooked events have shown just how messed up humans can be towards themselves. I mean, at a certain point, at some times, the biggest threat to humanity wasn't a massive asteroid or earthquake, but instead, well, ourselves.
Unlike earthquakes or storms that hit once and move on, we design cruelty to last and systems to keep it running. War becomes a contest, nations locked in arms race, each invention deadlier than the last just to stay ahead. And the prize for winning isn't glory, it's a higher body count.
Our species has seriously endured unbelievable challenges. For example, in medieval times, the Black Death casually just killed off roughly half of all humans on Earth in just 5 years, which if you think about it is absolutely insane. Imagine living in that time where essentially everybody was dying. Other early human pandemics like the plague of Justinian during 541 CE killed roughly 30% of the population at that time. And there has been a plethora of other major extinction plagues throughout history, all of which we endured and survived.
The Black Death came from bacteria carried by fleas on rats. It made black lumps swell on your skin, while the infection spread through your blood and shut your whole body down.
Things like the Black Death seriously threatened humanity as a species. If our ancestors didn't valiantly push through and survive these mass extinction events, we would not be here right now. But that's what makes us so scary, is the ability to come out and repopulate or remake what we lost after it's done, over and over again.
Oh, so we just bounce back because people keep having babies? Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? That rebound is what makes us terrifying. Every time we repopulate, it's not peace we multiply. It's the potential for even bigger wars and destruction.
But as I said, humans' biggest threat is unfortunately ourselves, as our differences in ideals and belief leads to the biggest conflicts in history, which leads to creating terrifying machines of destruction that lead to more casualties than should be humanely possible. Humans just love creating machines of destruction.
Try getting 10 friends to agree on one pizza topping. Now scale that up to the whole planet. Clashing faiths, borders, and languages? If one city can't align on schools and laws, expecting 8 billion to move as one is pure fantasy.
The rods of God was a concept where we would launch 20 feet long massive rods of tungsten into orbit and drop them from space onto a target at a massive speed, forcing a collision that rivals the impact of nuclear bombs. I could only imagine seeing a massive tungsten bar falling from space towards me. And ridiculously enough, the concept was only dropped because it was too expensive and not practical, not because it was inhumane.
Space isn't a place you can just sweep. Debris keep whipping around Earth for years. That mess turns lethal fast. A single strike can blind GPS, jam weather forecast, and throw planes off. Ships, even power grids back on Earth. Once the chain reaction starts, there's no stopping it.
We are great at destruction, and we actively try our hardest to protect from and destroy, well, each other. Aliens would probably also realize just how fast humans have grown as a species. 200 years ago, humans didn't have railroads. 125 years ago, airplanes didn't exist either. 75 years ago, we didn't have spaceflight. 35 years ago, we didn't have the internet. We've already pretty much inherited the Earth, and next it will be the stars and whatever comes after that. And if anything tries to get in our way, we will annihilate them.
Get in front of us, we don't just break you. We collapse your cities, burn your maps, and make your monuments belong to dust. We don't leave ruins for history to study. We make sure history forgets you existed.
Our technological growth is nothing to sneeze at, because it's only growing more and more as time passes. AI is now growing at exponential rates. Spaceflight is resuming soon, and medical technology is so good we've increased our lifespan by almost 50 years since ancient times. Our growth is insane.
Technology ain't just tools anymore. It's our second heartbeat. Every year we upgrade faster than the last, like evolution put on fast forward. The scary part is, once that speed kicks in, nobody can slow it down. The same AI and medicine keeping us alive could flip and wreck us before we even understand what happened.
But I've been holding back on talking about one specific thing because it truly is the most terrifying thing about humans. That one thing is our curiosity, our unwavering desire to explore pretty much anything. We want to conquer everything that we don't already have possession of. We want to conquer mountains so we can climb every one that looks impossible, and some of us die in the process simply for the sake of doing it.
We climb mountains for sport, cut down forests like they're ours to shape, and carve paths through oceans that once kept us apart. The earth stopped being an obstacle. It's a playground we bend and break at will.
We travel to space because we feel claustrophobic on the already massive Earth and want more to conquer, explore, and experience. We find every nook and cranny of every possible spot that we can so we know we're not missing out, and we love every second doing it. If I were an alien that came to Earth, I would be afraid, as humans would likely uncover me by accident and find me interesting and take me in for human investigation.
If humans ever found aliens with some kind of edge, like stronger bodies, new energy, or even medicine, we'd tear it apart and figure out how to make it ours. That's just what we do, turn discovery into power. Bruh, if an alien pulled up, I ain't gon' front. I'd be the first one trying to mess with it. I just can't help it. I'm mad curious. That's not something you see every day.
The human is a capsule of creativity, a capsule of spirit and courage, and we leave our mark in every possible way we can for the people that will be here after we are gone, because we feel that it is important to say hello. And we will continue to explore and conquer until we have fully, and I mean fully, exhausted every last urge to conquer in our DNA. And until then, whatever stands in our way will either have to move aside or be annihilated.
When you live on a planet this huge, it's almost natural to push out and claim a piece of it, because if you don't leave your mark in a world this size, you risk being forgotten like you were never here.
And we do this all under the conception that we have no idea why we are on a rock in the middle of space with a conscious mind. We were plopped onto this space rock and took control of it in a blink of an eye. We pushed forward in the name of our biology and as the only animal capable of self-reflection and complex consciousness.
Strip it all back, we're animals. The only edge we got is this brain, bending nature instead of just living in it. That edge cuts both ways. The same brain that saves us from predators also invents new ways to torture each other. Conscious is survival and destruction.
But with this consciousness, we are cursed by our own minds to be forced against the unknown universe. Humans aren't just terrifying. We are lonely and terrified. We are forced against the scary void of the unknown world in the universe as we try to survive every day. We have every right to be afraid of the universe and want to give up. So then why do we continue no matter what? Why do we somehow pull through the most dire circumstances?
If there's one thing I do know, the only way you really lose is if you stop fighting. And humans, we just don't stop. We can't afford to lose.
I'll say it again and again, because us humans are persistent. We are absurd and we are great. We persevere even in the face of the terrifying and unknown universe. In the face of absurdity, in the face of the unknown, we continue to strive and proceed to push forward regardless of the outcome, because we are relentless and we are terrifying.
Funny thing is, no matter how much we break, we always find a way to start over, almost like it's wired into us. Humans survive everything, but half of the time, it's from disasters we created ourselves.